Hi friends, welcome to Open Happiness. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful films ever made in Indian cinema, Jai Bhim. A film that doesn't just tell a story, it exposes a wound called injustice. In a world where truth is buried under power, Jai Bhim stands tall as a reminder justice may be delayed, but not denied if someone has the courage to fight. The story takes us to a small village in Tamil Nadu where a poor tribal couple, Rajakannu and Sengeni, live a simple life. They catch snakes for a living, fixing holes in people's houses, earning barely enough to eat. Their life is humble but peaceful. One day, a theft happens at a local politician's house, and like it happens far too often, the police look for an easy scapegoat. They pick Rajakannu not because there is proof, but because he is poor, powerless, and belongs to a lower caste. He is arrested, he is beaten, he is tortured, not for truth, but for a confession they can show to their bosses. And then he vanishes. No one tells where he is taken. No body, no report, just silence. Now enters Sengeni, Raja Kanna's wife, played with incredible strength by Lijomol Jose, a woman who doesn't know the law, who doesn't know politics, but knows one thing: her husband didn't do anything wrong. Her tears become her courage, her silence turns into fire. She walks miles barefoot seeking answers through dusty roads, police stations, and heartless corridors until she meets one man who listens, Advocate Chandru, played by Surya. Chandru isn't just a lawyer, he is a conscience that refuses to sleep. When everyone says nothing can be done, he says we'll fight, even if the system stands against us. Every hearing, every cross question becomes a battle between truth and power, and that's where the screenplay of J. Beam shines brilliantly. It doesn't glorify the hero, it glorifies the fight itself. You feel the weight of every lie, every forged statement, every police manipulation. Their own government advocate keeps getting embarrassed in court because the police themselves keep contradicting their lies. That's where the screenplay is genius. It doesn't scream for sympathy. It calmly shows how the system collapses under its own hypocrisy. Surya's advocate Chandru isn't a loud hero. He is quiet fire. He doesn't fight with anger. He fights with conviction. Every word feels deliberate, every silence powerful. He never performs for applause. He listens, absorbs, and lets truth speak through him. Even when surrounded by lies, he stays unshaken, calm, sharp, and fearless. That's what makes his performance unforgettable. Not because it's cinematic, but because it's real. As Chandru digs deeper, the film opens its darkest chapter, the truth of what happened inside those walls. Rajakannu and his friends were beaten mercilessly, tortured for confessions they never gave, tied, hung, crushed, until the human body could take no more. And then the unspeakable. Rajakannu dies, not in battle, not in accident, but under the boots and batons of those sworn to protect. When his body lies still, the police panic. They have to be sure. One of them picks up a handful of chili powder and sprinkles it into his eyes to check if there is any life left. There is no movement, no sound, no reaction, only a terrifying silence that fills the room. That moment isn't just torture, it's pure evil. A man reduced to a test subject, a life reduced to ashes before truth even got a chance to speak. When Chandru cross examines, it's not about drama, it's about dismantling injustice piece by piece. Every scene feels raw, The sound of a chain dragging across the floor, the silence after a beating, the trembling hands of Sengeni holding her husband's photo, they stay with you long after the credits roll. And Surya, he doesn't act Chandru, he becomes him. There is no hero entry, no background score of victory, just a man's quiet rage burning through words like, the law is not just for rich, it's for everyone. Jai Bhim is not about winning a case, it's about exposing what we choose not to see, how easily power can crush the powerless. Rajakannu may not return, but through Sengeni's courage and Chandru's relentless fight, his story becomes immortal. It tells us truth can be beaten, bruised, and buried, but it never dies. When the credits roll, you don't feel like clapping, you feel like sitting in silence because what you have seen isn't fiction, it's a mirror of a system we still live in. And yet, through Sengeni's courage and Chandru's unshaken belief, we see hope. Hope that truth, though buried deep, can still break through concrete. There is an old saying, 100 criminals can escape, but even one innocent man must not be punished. If that's true, why can't the same apply inside the police station? Because in reality, the ones who truly suffer aren't the powerful criminals. They have lawyers, influence, and connections. It's always the poor, the voiceless, the harmless who end up facing the blows. If justice is scared, then no police officer should ever have the authority to raise a hand on the public. Power to protect must never become license to torture. JB, not just a slogan, but a reminder that truth doesn't need permission to exist. It only needs courage to be spoken. This is Open Happiness, where stories meet souls, where cinema becomes reflection. If you like the reflection, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.